Throughout history, great empires have risen and fallen, shaping the world as we know it. Some of these superpowers wielded unmatched military strength, economic dominance, and cultural influence, leaving a legacy that still resonates today. In today's video, we count down the top 10 most powerful superpowers the world has ever known. Number 10. The Ottoman Empire. We begin our list with the Ottoman Empire, one of the longest-lasting empires in history. Established in the late 13th century, it expanded across 3 continents, dominating southeastern Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa. At its height under Suleiman the Magnificent, the Ottomans controlled vital trade routes and boasted a formidable military, including the elite Janissary Corps. The empire's influence on law, architecture, and culture still endures today. The Ottomans were pioneers in gunpowder warfare, and their navy commanded the Mediterranean for centuries. They also maintained a sophisticated administrative system, allowing for diverse cultures and religions to coexist within the empire. Major cities such as Constantinople, modern-day Istanbul, flourished as centers of commerce and learning. Despite facing decline in later centuries due to internal corruption and European advancements, the Ottoman Empire remained a key player in global politics for over 600 years. It finally dissolved after World War I, giving birth to modern Turkey, but its legacy continues to shape geopolitics in the region. Number 9. The Soviet Union. The Soviet Union was one of the 2 superpowers of the 20th century, challenging the United States in a global ideological and military struggle. Emerging from the Russian Revolution, the USSR rapidly industrialized under leaders like Stalin and expanded its influence across Eastern Europe, Asia, and beyond. With a massive military, a space program that sent the first human into orbit, and nuclear capabilities, the Soviet Union was a dominant force throughout the Cold War. The USSR's communist ideology shaped world politics for decades, fueling numerous conflicts and revolutions worldwide. Its centrally planned economy allowed for rapid industrial growth, but it also led to inefficiencies and widespread shortages. The Soviet Union played a decisive role in World War II, emerging as one of the victors against Nazi Germany. Post-war, it formed the Eastern Bloc, enforcing communist rule over several nations. Despite its achievements in science and technology, including the launch of Sputnik, economic stagnation and political turmoil led to its collapse in 1991. However, Russia remains a key player in global affairs, with lingering Soviet influences still shaping modern geopolitics. Number 8. The Persian Empire. The Persian Empire, particularly under the Achaemenid dynasty led by Cyrus the Great, was one of the most advanced and influential civilizations of the ancient world. Spanning from the Balkans to the Indus Valley, it was renowned for its administrative efficiency, tolerance of diverse cultures, and impressive infrastructure, including the Royal Road. The Persians revolutionized governance by creating a centralized bureaucracy that influenced future empires. Unlike many conquerors, the Persians allowed conquered peoples to maintain their customs and religions, fostering stability and loyalty. The empire was also home to monumental architectural feats, such as Persepolis, which showcased its wealth and artistic achievements. Persian engineers developed qanat systems, enabling advanced irrigation techniques still used today. The empire's military, led by the elite immortals, was among the most feared forces of the time. Despite its conquest by Alexander the Great, Persian culture and administrative practices were adopted by later civilizations, cementing its lasting influence. The Persian Empire remains one of the most significant civilizations in history, with its contributions still visible in modern governance and culture. Number 7. The Spanish Empire. The Spanish Empire was one of the first truly global superpowers, spanning the 15th to the 19th century. Fueled by the Age of Exploration, Spain established colonies across the Americas, the Philippines, and parts of Africa. The empire amassed immense wealth from silver and gold mines in the New World, funding one of the strongest naval fleets of its time. Spanish influence on language, religion, and culture continues to be felt in over 20 countries today. Spain's armada ruled the seas, securing dominance over transatlantic trade routes. The empire played a major role in spreading Christianity, with missionaries establishing churches and schools worldwide. Spanish explorers, such as Columbus and Magellan, charted new territories, reshaping global maps. Despite its decline due to economic struggles and conflicts with rival powers, Spain's influence remains visible in legal systems, cuisine, and architecture. While Spain lost its colonial grip in the 19th century, its historical impact as a global empire remains undeniable. Number 6. The Qing Dynasty. China's Qing Dynasty was one of the largest and most powerful empires in history. From the 17th to the early 20th century, the Qing ruled over a vast and diverse population, surpassing 400 million people at its peak. The empire expanded into Tibet, Mongolia, and Taiwan, solidifying China's borders. Under emperors like Kangxi and Qianlong, the Qing Dynasty fostered economic prosperity and cultural advancements. The dynasty was known for its massive infrastructure projects, including the expansion of the Great Wall and the Grand Canal. Its military, the Eight Banners, played a crucial role in maintaining internal stability and defending against external threats. The empire's economy thrived due to the global demand for Chinese goods like silk, porcelain, and tea. However, internal corruption and conflicts with Western powers eventually led to its downfall. The dynasty attempted late-stage reforms, such as the self-strengthening movement, but these efforts were largely unsuccessful. Ultimately, the rise of nationalist movements and the influence of Western ideas led to the fall of the Qing Dynasty in 1912. Despite its decline, its influence on modern China's borders, culture, and political structure remains undeniable. Number 5. The Tang Dynasty. The Tang Dynasty, 618 to 907 AD, is often regarded as one of China's greatest imperial dynasties, ushering in a golden age of culture, economy, and military power. Under Tang rule, China expanded its influence into Central Asia, Korea, and Vietnam, securing its status as a dominant superpower in East Asia. The empire saw advancements in literature, art, and technology, including woodblock printing and gunpowder experimentation. The capital, Chang'an, was one of the most cosmopolitan cities in the world, attracting scholars, merchants, and diplomats from across Asia and the Middle East. The Tang military, strengthened by the use of cavalry and crossbows, secured China's borders against nomadic invaders. Trade along the Silk Road flourished, connecting China to Persia, India, and Europe. The empire implemented an efficient bureaucracy based on merit, influencing governance for centuries. Buddhism thrived under Tang rule, leading to the construction of massive temples and sculptures. Despite internal rebellions and conflicts with Tibetan and Arab forces, the Tang dynasty's achievements in governance, technology, and diplomacy solidified its place as one of history's most influential empires. Number 4. The Mongol Empire. The Mongol Empire was the largest contiguous land empire in history, stretching from Eastern Europe to the Pacific Ocean. Founded by Genghis Khan in the early 13th century, it revolutionized warfare with its highly mobile cavalry, psychological tactics, and unparalleled discipline. The Mongols established the Pax Mongolica, a period of stability that facilitated trade along the Silk Road. They adapted and incorporated the best administrative practices from conquered civilizations, ensuring efficient governance. Despite their reputation for brutality, they promoted religious tolerance and cultural exchange. The Mongol postal system, known as the Yam, allowed for rapid communication across vast distances. Their military strategies, including feigned retreats and encirclements, were far ahead of their time. At its height, the empire controlled lands from China to Eastern Europe, influencing countless civilizations. Kublai Khan, Genghis Khan's grandson, established the Yuan dynasty in China, blending Mongol and Chinese traditions. The Mongols reshaped Eurasian politics by toppling established powers like the Abbasid Caliphate and the Song dynasty. Though the empire eventually fractured into smaller khanates, its impact on global trade, military tactics, and governance remains profound. Number 3. The British Empire. The British Empire was the largest empire in history, covering nearly a quarter of the world's landmass at its peak in the early 20th century. With colonies on every inhabited continent, it became a global superpower, driven by naval dominance and industrial innovation. The empire's influence shaped the modern world, from the spread of the English language to the establishment of parliamentary democracy. British control over key trade routes, such as the Suez Canal, allowed it to dominate global commerce. The empire played a crucial role in the spread of Western education, legal systems, and infrastructure. Its economic strength was fueled by resources from colonies, including India, Canada, and Australia. The Royal Navy was unmatched for centuries, ensuring Britain's security and expansion. Despite its achievements, the empire also faced criticism for its exploitative policies, including the transatlantic slave trade and colonial conflicts. The Industrial Revolution, which began in Britain, transformed global economies and societies. 2 world wars significantly weakened British power, leading to decolonization in the mid-20th century. Even after its decline, Britain's cultural, political, and economic influence persists through the Commonwealth and international institutions. Number 2. The Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was one of the greatest and most enduring superpowers in history, shaping Western civilization for centuries. Founded in 27 BCE with Augustus as its first emperor, Rome controlled vast territories across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. Its military prowess, engineering marvels, and legal systems set the foundation for modern governance. The empire's extensive road networks, aqueducts, and architectural feats like the Colosseum showcased its advanced infrastructure. Roman law influenced modern legal systems, including concepts like trial by jury and contracts. The empire maintained a highly disciplined army, which ensured its expansion and defense for centuries. Trade and cultural exchange flourished across the Mediterranean, uniting diverse peoples under a common identity. Latin, the empire's language, became the root of many modern languages, including Spanish, French, and Italian. Christianity, which emerged during Rome's rule, eventually became the dominant religion in Europe. Despite its grandeur, Rome faced internal corruption, economic decline, and external invasions. The Western Roman Empire fell in 476 CE, but its eastern counterpart, the Byzantine Empire, endured for another 1,000 years. Number 1. The United States of America. At number 1, we have the United States of America, the most dominant superpower of the modern era. Since the 20th century, the U.S. has led the world in military, economic, and technological advancements. With the largest economy and most powerful military, the U.S. has influenced global affairs like no other nation. American culture, from Hollywood to fast food, is recognized worldwide. The U.S. played a decisive role in both world wars and led the Western Alliance during the Cold War. Its technological innovations, from the moon landing to Silicon Valley breakthroughs, have shaped modern civilization. The U.S. military, with its extensive global presence, ensures its influence in international affairs. As the leader of global trade, finance, and diplomacy, it sets the tone for international policies. The country's commitment to democracy and human rights has inspired movements across the globe. The U.S. dollar is the world's primary reserve currency, reinforcing its economic dominance. Its vast natural resources, cultural impact, and military strength solidify its place as the strongest superpower the world has ever known. From the battlefields of Rome to the trade routes of the British Empire, history has been shaped by the rise and fall of these incredible superpowers. Each empire left its mark on the world, influencing politics, culture, and economies for generations. While some faded into history, others paved the way for modern nations and global powers. Understanding these empires helps us see the patterns of power and the lessons history teaches. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into world history. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.